Hey, Recovery Girls, Misty here. I've had a very busy week. It's the end of the school year, so we're into May, well into May, and all of my children have projects and um, activities, year end events that are happening. I've got two high schoolers, two elementary schoolers, and our oldest is actually out of college. So she is doing fine on her own, but the four that still live at home are busy, busy, busy. So I've got a senior this year that's graduating high school. And so we're doing things like getting the graduation announcements out, the open house planned. He's finishing up his final coursework, and he's doing, got to get signed up for orientation for college coming up, orientation this summer, and he's got to finalize his dorm room situation, all that stuff. And so he's busy, and the other one's got choir and track, and he took his SATs. Now he's working on the ACT, and he's finishing up all his courses. The younger ones have. There were two musicals that my little boy was in. He was Aladdin in the musicals Aladdin. So two plays that he did. So or performances anyway. Super fun, great stuff. My little girl, it was her birthday last week. Then she got the stomach bug, and she was up all night vomiting, and I slept on the floor with her, and we 12 and 13 times to the bathroom and in the bucket, and it was exhausting for her and for me. She's doing better now, but then my little boy fell down the stairs a couple days ago, and we had to go to the ER for that, and he's okay, but we had to have x-rays on his tailbone, and he was screaming in pain. And then my husband had surgery, and on and on and on and on and on. So this is a season of feeling a lot like I am climbing the downward moving escalator. So if I just stand still, I'm moving backwards, especially when it pertains to recovery in all of this, because what I could do is check out. I could go binge on chocolate. I could hide in a hole and unplug and numb out in the ways that I tend to do that tempt me when I'm not working recovery. So keeping my serenity and sanity actually requires aggressive action during seasons like this when I am completely overloaded. And it's not that I've signed up for too many things. I just have a lot of people in my life that I interact with and who need me at some level for different things, and I'm trying to help them become independent. But just by sheer numbers, I'm extremely busy right now. There's a lot that's happening. So how do I keep my serenity? I've got to climb that downward moving escalator. So I've got to make purposeful, conscious contact with my higher power every day. I've got to stay plugged in with him and with my people. So I've got my girlfriends on my phone list. I just talked to one earlier today. We pray for each other. We bear each other's burdens together so that we are known and we are not alone in our parenting and just womanhood journeys. Do a lot of that. So I did yoga. I had to go to yoga. I had to get quiet. I had to pay for silence, but it was so good for me. I had to get centered and peaceful again in my heart, and I needed to wring myself out on the mat and just sweat and rest at the end. That was very good for me. Other exercises or things, or I may go get a massage later on. I just have to fit things in that bring me life. Another thing I'm doing right now is I'm planning my solo trip that I get to take each year, just as a little retreat for myself, that I go by myself. This is the major important part, by myself, where I can go. And last time I went up into the mountains and just to look at the stars, and I did a lot of hiking. I've done horseback riding trips, and I may do a yoga retreat this time. So I know that that's coming. So these are the ways that I am aggressively working recovery. I made sure I hit my meeting this week and last week, and made sure that I'm making connections and sharing and going to counseling and all those things that we do to stay centered when we've got a lot going on. We don't have to turn to addictive behaviors. We have a lot of choices. I've had to grieve and or journal some things, lots of tools in our belt for maintaining sobriety, maintaining serenity. And certainly the Serenity prayer is part of that too. So I hope that's helpful to you as you maybe are in a season 2 where there's a lot going on. I pray that you will know you have choices. We have choices, and we get to take care of ourselves. And I encourage you to do that. So I pray the knowledge of God's will for you today, climbing that downward escalator, and the power to carry that out. Stay the course in recovery. I'll be on it too.